Hey Poke fans, I just wanted to do a different type of review. Instead of reviewing like a video game, I'm going to try and review a type of experience, just based off of my experience. Pokemon Go Fest pretty much was this year. Last weekend, it's been 3 days since day one and 2 days since day two. Now, I want to be really clear that this is based off of my experience. So, for example, with the world being kind of, recovering from a pandemic, some countries are still going over, like, they're still having a pandemic. So, experiences are going to be different for everybody. Just kind of like how it is for all forms of entertainment. But I kind of wanted to get that out of the way because, like I said before, this is based off of real life, real world. Pokemon Go is. So Pokemon Go Fest, if you don't know what it is a 2-day event that Niantic has been doing ever since 2017, which was horrible, to now. Last year and this year, it's been kind of like a worldwide type of event. There was an event up in Chicago. I think only like a certain number of trainers could be up there. I think maybe 100 up to 1,000. Don't quote me on that number. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I just thought that I would review this year since I was actually able to take part of the whole event. I didn't have to work during it or anything like that. I was able to take part of it. And let me say, day one was really, really cool. So as you see here on the screen, day one was pretty much based around catching Pokemon. There were 4 different types of habitats, biomes, whatever you want to call them. There was cave, jungle, desert, and beach. Start off with cave. Cave was the best hour. Each of these would go for an hour, and then it would repeat for the last 4 hours, each one again. So each biome and each habitat would have 2 hours overall. Because since this was an 8-hour event for both day 1 and day 2. Like I said before, the first hour was the cave hour. Cave was the best because it had the best type of Pokemon spawning. It had Dino, Gibble, Rock'n'Rolla, different types of Pokemon that you could probably find in the cave. You could probably find some dragons and, some steel type and definitely rock type Pokemon. But based off of day 1 event, it was kind of based for me around shiny hunting, which I did get a few shinies. In my opinion, the worst was jungle. It was kind of weird. It was like the best was cave, and then the worst was jungle, and it was right after each other. The cool thing about jungle, though, is because Chatot became available worldwide. I believe if you had a ticket, tickets this year were only $5 compared to last year and the year before, which I believe were $14.99. But this year it was only $5. Chatots became a worldwide regional for ticket holders, and then that was pretty much the only cool thing about the jungle theme. The only reason why I didn't like it as much is because grass type is not really my favorite type of Pokemon, and I had majority of the shinies besides Tangela, and I didn't get Tangela shiny, which is fine. I'm not guaranteed a shiny, don't get me wrong. The next one was Desert, and that one was fun. It was cool Pokemon. I got a couple of shiny Alolan Geodudes, shiny Scoruppies. I thought it was pretty fun with some pretty cool spawns. This one, if you live in the eastern part of the world, you get Throw as a spawning worldwide instead of just it being a western type of region exclusive. And then the last hour was the beach hour. I thought that one was okay, honestly. If I had to rank them, it'd be cave, desert, beach, and jungle. I was really looking forward to beach, but I kind of wish they had more beach type of Pokemon. Instead of Swablu, maybe Wingull, more kind of like aquatic fishes you can find in the sea. They had way more Magikarp and Feebas, and that's cool, but I kind of wanted more. But for a regional to be unlocked worldwide for ticket holders, it was Sock, Throw's counterpart. So instead of finding it just in the eastern region, it was for worldwide. And both Throw and Sock were released as shinies. I didn't get either, but that's okay. Day 1 was also kind of based around the special research to get Meloletta. It's a type of mythical Pokemon from Gen 5, I believe. I do apologize, my mythical Pokemon, kind of after Gen 4, I'm not really up to par with. I think Genesect, that's like the only one that I know of from Gen 5. Meloletta, it's a musical Pokemon, so this whole event, the special research and everything was based around music. So if you bought a ticket during this event, you would have to make some choices in the special research. You can pick either a Rockstar Pikachu or a Popstar Pikachu. Of course, they would be different costume depending on which one you pick, and Depending on which one you picked, the music would change. I picked the Rockstar, and the music was fine. I haven't listened to the Popstar one because, nothing against Masuda-san, but the music in Pokemon Go isn't really the best compared to like mainline Pokemon games or even other Pokemon games. The overworld music is kind of annoying. That's why people always have their phones muted, and so also not be rude to other people around them. Since Pokemon Go is a social type of exploration-like game, or it was, and they're trying to bring that back with this year after the pandemic. But during the special research, you would also get to pick if you wanted a Flygon or a Gardevoir with a Metaletta top hat. It was like kind of a hat based around Metaletta. It was kind of like for like, say for example, like backstage dancers or something like that. It was cool. I thought that those were a lot better than what I was thinking, but overall it was cool. I picked Flygon as well with Rockstar Pikachu. And then of course we get Metaletta. Metaletta, just like all the other mythical Pokemon, kind of has a spin to it when you capture it. Of course you have 3 Pokeballs. I mean, you get more, but you have to capture it in 3 tries. You get 3 tries to capture it. After the 3rd try, you get it. You can try as many times as you want. I think the Pokeball count as infinite. And unless there's like a glitch or maybe you're going too fast, Metaletta will not run away from you. And if it does, you can probably contact Niantic support, and then they can in some way give you an extra try on it or something like that. Metaletta, not the best Pokemon, honestly. I only got a 2-star of it, so I'm just gonna wait for an event where the shiny comes out. And yeah, it's about the journey, not the destination. And it was actually really cool trying to capture Metaletta. Metaletta is a performing musical type of Pokemon. So Metaletta was on a stage like performing as you're trying to capture it. I thought it was pretty cool. The thing about Pokemon Go with the mythicals, majority of them that are not behind raids, they have their own type of spin to them. Like Mew would turn invisible and you have to try to capture it as it's moving around while being invisible. Celebi takes you through time. Jirachi is sleeping and other Pokemon are waking it up. And Metaletta performing on stage. Victini's I don't remember. I think that's the only one where I think it was maybe just kind of bland because it was a victory like Pokemon from last year. But yeah, I don't remember Victini's. New shinies that were released: Timepole, Whismur, Audino, and Chimcho. I always mispronounce that Pokemon's name. I got shiny Chimcho and shiny Whismur. So I got 2 out of the 4 new shinies, and I was happy. I wanted a shiny Timepole and shiny Audino. Don't get me wrong, I wanted all the shinies I could get, but I'm happy with the shinies that I did get, especially shiny Roggenrola. That thing's in my heart forever. So that was day 1. Day 1 was pretty awesome. The weather here was beautiful. A lot of people were out and about. Of course, if you're not vaccinated or anything like that, social distancing I always encourage. But yeah, that was pretty much day 1. Day 2 is where I have a lot of gripes with. Last year's day 2 was Team Go Rocket Takeover, and I thought that was fun, especially if you needed to fight Rocket leaders for medals or to get to Giovanni. I thought it was well done because each Rocket leader last year had a type of legendary bird, while Giovanni had Shadow Mewtwo. Not the first time that they've all been Shadowfied besides Mewtwo. That was the first time for Mewtwo, but it was a well done event. This year introduced Hoopa. Now, I do apologize because I do consider myself a big Pokemon fan, but I don't know all that much of Hoopa's lore. Hoopa has these rings, and I believe these are the wormholes that you can jump through and go against legendaries or whatever. This time around, it's the opposite. Legendaries are coming to us while we have to go verse against them. It was pretty cool because in the sky you can see Hoopa's rings, and I thought that was pretty creative. I like how they're actually bringing actual Pokemon lore to Pokemon Go. I think it's really, really creative. However, this is the issue. So all the Pokemon, legendary Pokemon that we versed against before, were pretty much spawning. Some of them have different forms, like the 3 Weather Genies or Force of Nature Genies that they're called. They only had their incarnate forms spawning, so the non-shiny ones. And all the Pokemon that were shiny, we were able to capture them. But some legendary Pokemon were not. like Reshiram, Zekrom, Dialga, Palkia, Kyurem, Azelf, Uxie and Mispirit were also spawning in their regions of the world, but if you're in a Discord where you have access to them, you can raid them as well. None of them had shinies, which I get it. Those shinies will come at a later time. My gripe with it is that, so just like day 1, day 2 was split up into different hours. Certain legendary Pokemon were spawning with those hours. I believe the first hour was Wind, then I think it was Lava, Frost, and Electric, but don't quote me on that. It's the same thing as well. 4 different types of hours going through twice, since it's 8 hours for an event. My issue with this event is that it kind of sucks if you don't have that many gyms around, and of course if there's not that many people around. For my stepfather and I, since we both play this game together, there were a lot of people and quite a few gyms within range to look at to either remote raid in or just raid in to the ones that were near. Yeah, I only caught a shiny Heatran, which I'm fine with. I lied. I caught a shiny Heatran and a shiny Lugia. Shiny Lugia, I have. Shiny Heatran, I don't. My stepfather caught 3 brand new shinies. I believe it was Entei. And Entei is the one I only remember. I don't remember the other 2, but he caught quite a few shiny legendary Pokemon. The issue that I have with this for day 2 is there were way too many legendary Pokemon spawning. Like, way too many, in my opinion. There were some times where it was just like, alright, cool. What's at this gym? Oh, Tornadus. What's at this one? Tornadus. What's at this one? Tornadus. Okay, cool. I wish that there was a way for Niantic to kind of fix that a little bit and not have so much of the same 1 or same 2 or same 3. Because personally, I knew a lot of people were going for Giratina. Altered form Giratina, the one with the legs, because the shiny just looks really cool. That was honestly my main gripe with day 2, was that, like, I just feel like there was just way too many legendaries of the same type, or sometimes there were just way too many legendaries, and I felt like a lot of people, because people either are going for these legendaries for shinies, or to even get one for the first time. I feel like trying to get one with the highest IV, there are better times to do that, especially when it's only just 1 or 2 legendaries within a week or 2 weeks at a time. That would be a better time to go for IVs, but I felt like with this event, it was more based off of shinies and if you even have one or not. So that was pretty much it for day 2. I didn't play the whole time because I was getting kind of bored of not getting as many shinies of legendary Pokemon that I wanted, or even going up against legendary Pokemon that I wanted to. Now, don't get me wrong, I got invited to a lot of remote raids since I'm level 44. That's what I'm assuming people invited me for, which, hey, thank you. That's awesome. I will gladly jump in and raid with people. Of course, if we have enough people and they're on high enough levels, and that I know that we're comfortable with taking them out. But pretty much that was the end of day 2. Overall, Pokemon Go Fest 2021, I thought it was great. I thought last year's was just a bit better. I was super happy that I was able to take part in both days. Last year I had to work, like I said at the beginning of this video. But I'm super happy that this year I was able to take part in both days. I don't know what they're going to do next year. There was some event up in Chicago. It was the giant egg. When it turned to night, it turned to like a legendary egg. And the trainers who were up there were all, I believe, they were all able to verse against whatever legendary Pokemon was showing up on the egg. Say, for example, Giratina, Rayquaza, Mewtwo. I think it went through all the legendaries, but don't quote me on that. There was a live stream of it. I only watched a tiny bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. And yeah, I don't know. My question is that it seems like each and every single year, and I live in Illinois, so I know people are going to be like, why are you complaining? You live in the state. I don't want to drive up to Chicago to take part in a Pokemon Go Fest. I don't understand why each and every single year it always takes place up in Chicago. Why doesn't it take part in other places in the United States? That's why I don't understand. Because I feel like the Safari Zone events, because that's what they're called out in the East, out in Europe and Japan and other Asian territories and even other like Australian territories, they're in different locations. They're not in the exact same location each and every single year. So it's kind of weird to me that GoFest is always in Chicago. Because there was going to be 2 Safari Zone events last year, one in Philadelphia here in the States, and then there was another one that I don't remember. But I don't understand why GoFest can't be somewhere else. more variety to people who can't travel as far. That's really what I'm still wondering, and I'm assuming next year for 2022, GoFest would probably be in Chicago, Illinois. But I don't know. I kind of hope next year it's still like a worldwide thing. Like, this is how Niantic can make a lot of money by doing this. Next year, charge it $15 again, since this year was the 25th anniversary for Pokemon as a whole and the 5th anniversary for Pokemon Go. So pretty much my overall thoughts for GoFest 2021 was, it was pretty good. Day 2 kind of a little bit, but hopefully next year Niantic will learn their lessons from the mistakes of this year. And by the way, we weren't able to capture Hoopa. Hoopa was not available in the game. Just Hoopa's ring was. So at some later time, Hoopa will become available in Pokemon Go, either through EX raids, regular raids, or some type of special research. So overall, I'm excited, but it was kind of disappointing that Hoopa, even on the loading screen, wasn't able to be captured in Pokemon Go Day 2. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you guys liked this review. If you guys did, make sure you give it a like. You guys subscribe, make sure you subscribe. We got plenty of Pokemon content coming down the pipe. And until then, I'll see you all on the next episode. Pokefans, have a great day.